Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back for another card review. So in this video, we're going to take a look at the 1% card. I believe this one is the 1% card, correct me if I'm wrong. Huaxi, which is a Earth Dragon, right? So initially when I take a look at this artwork, I thought it was a beast, but nope. We're going to have a 1% Earth Dragon, which is good. We're always in need of a new dragon playstyle, right? Just a bit sad because it's going to compete with, what's that? Qingui, right? Because same race as well as same attribute. So let's take a look at the leader skill, which is Dragon as well as Beast attack times 7 and HP times 1.5. Right, so you can expect this team to have a huge HP pool because Dragons have a lot of HP already. And let's just move on to the second point. When the team has only Dragon and Beast, you're gonna have another 1.5 team HP additionally. So expect this team to have over 100k kind of HP, right? Especially if you're gonna put like Nighthawk in this team. Alright, and the Ascensions system coming up, right? There's going to be a lot of boost in terms of stats. Right, so point number 3, if there are no hard wounds dissolved in the first batch, Dragon and Beast attack times 3 additionally, right? So times 3 is huge, so definitely do not dissolve your hard wounds in the first batch, right? But it's going to be pretty easy, right, based on the team passive that you're going to see in a while. Right, so last but not least, extend wound movement time by 2.5 seconds. So leader ally is going to be an extra 5 seconds, which is definitely a must-have nowadays, right? So if you take a look at today's meta, damage there is times 7 is pretty good. HP boost, right, is there, just that there is no recovery boost. So let's take a look at how this team is going to recover in terms of is it going to recover using dragon runes, or what kind of recovery method this card have. Alright, so what you can see here is the team skill or the team passive for this particular Huaxi card. Alright, so I'm going to go through the first one. So in order to have that, you must have Huaxi as leader as well as ally, right? So basically playing the Huaxi playstyle. Right, so number 1, regardless, extend wound movement regardless by 3 seconds, right? So that is another 3 seconds. After entering the stage, Dragons minus 5 CD and Beast minus 2. So this will get most of the cards up and ready to go already, which is good. Right, at the end of the round, turn hard rune stones into attributive dragon rune stones based on the attribute that is not on the screen in priority. Right, so this is good. Number 1 is going to get rid of all the hard runes on the board, and then with that, you're not going to dissolve, most likely you're not going to dissolve hard runes on the first batch, and then you will get that team attack times 3 additionally every single round, without failure, unless the enemy converts a random runestones into hard rune the next turn. Alright, other than that, you should not have any hard runes on the board. Alright, so point number 2, turn earth into enchanted dragon runestones, right, which is good. That's an additional damage booster right there. Here comes the recovery portion, right? So how are you going to recover? Because as what you can see, Huaxi doesn't have any recovery boost in the leader skill, right? So this is where the recovery comes in. So when you dissolve 30 raised runestones cumulatively, you're going to recover 50% HP each round, and this skill stays in play within the wave, right? So when you move to a new wave, you have to dissolve 30 once again. It will start from 0, right? So I'm not sure how whether hitting 30 is a challenge, right? So it really depends on how much hard runestones you have on the board to kind of convert into dragon runestones. Alright, so when your team HP is above 50% before attack, damage dealt on enemy times 5 additionally. So this is a very massive damage boost. Alright, times 5 is actually quite huge in terms of a team skill. I don't think I see a times 5 in most of the series back then, right? But definitely keep your HP more than 50%, right? So in this case, you might want to bring like Nighthawk as a team member, right, just to kind of heal your HP back or slightly more than 50%, right? Because this is a very big damage drop if it's below 50%. Alright, so the last point, when there are more than 3 attributes in the team, Earth runestones also possess effect of the other attributive runestones. Alright, so this is depending on your team setup, how you're going to set it up, whether you're going to play Novelist, Ursula, right? So if you're going to play Novelist, Ursula, there's going to be 3 or more attributes already, Alright, so I foresee this is the way to go. Alright, so we'll see how it goes when this Lost Saga series officially drops. Alright, so moving on to the next team skill. When you have Huaxi, when you play a leader, when leader is dragon or beast, right, with Huaxi in the team, which means Huaxi is actually a member instead of a leader, right? So I don't think you will play it this way for now, because the leader skill is still, the leader multiplier is still meta, right? But in any ways, when Huaxi is a member, it's gonna turn into a dragon form when entering the stage. So when it's in dragon form, the monster and the neighboring dragon or beast acquires this Yamatai blessing, which gives it attack times 1.5. Alright, so when it gets damaged by the enemy, it will turn into a human form. So when it is in human form, the monster CD -1 at the end of each round, which means that it's gonna double, it's gonna be quicker in terms of getting its active skill ready, and once you activate its active skill again, it will turn into dragon form. Right, so mainly when it's in human form, it's gonna get its CD up quicker. Alright, so that's pretty much it. So the more important team skill is actually the first one, right? Very important. You must know when to dissolve these 30 race runes in order to recover your HP. Alright. Okay, and finally we're gonna move on to the active skill. Right, so it's at CD 8. When leader is dragon or beast, the monster will turn into dragon form upon skill activation. Right, so doesn't really matter. Right, so point number 2, turn the column below dragons into enchanted dragon runestones. So if you're playing a full dragon team, it's gonna pretty much have a full enchantment board as well as race runes. Okay, so that's gonna increase the damage by quite significantly. So for one round, by tapping an attributive runestones twice, right? So these 2 runestones can be dissolved singly or in a group of 2, right? So this is good for you to increase your combo count, or kind of have if you have, let's say, only 1 or 2 of this attribute on the board, right? You can kind of dissolve them at the same time. So the monster and the member with an additional effect in play will launch an extra attack of these 2 attributes as much as 50% of their own attack. Right, so these 2 attributes will be the one that you tap. So this is a bit similar to what we have for Pandora active skill, whereas whatever attribute you tap, that is gonna be the attribute that the monster is gonna launch. Right, so in a case whereby we have come to certain scenarios whereby enemy can only be damaged by specific attributes, and if you enter the stage blindly, you do not have that attribute in your team, then that's it, right? You gotta restart the stage. So for Huaxi, it's gonna be quite good, because if you're gonna pair it with Novelist and activate this active skill, right? So Novelist, when activated, is considered an additional effect. So Novelist is gonna have a huge amount of damage, right? And it's gonna launch 50% of their own attack with these 2 attributes as well, right? So this is gonna be quite useful. So take note of that, right? Very important, right? So if you're gonna pair this with Ursula, it's gonna be a even bigger damage boost, right? So overall, I think that this Huaxi is definitely gonna overthrow Qing Gui in a way, right? So maybe you'll see Qing Gui being a member instead of a leader, even with the dragon beast boost for active skill and leader skill. Alright, so in my opinion, I think that this is definitely a must get, right? If you guys have the diamond, do get this, because dragon and beast is still very, very weak in terms of their race, and every time we get an achievement with dragon or beast, everyone is pretty much using the same team, right? So not much options available. So definitely increase your dragon and beast inventory with this particular series, right? So with this, I strongly suggest you guys to draw for this particular series, right? Especially Huaxi. Right, so with this, I'm gonna end this video here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this card review. Leave a like if you did, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.